Hi, myself Abhirami Tyagarajan, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce with Computer Application, currently pursuing at Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi Arts and Science College, Coimbatore. Today we are going to see preference share. Preference share, preference shares are shares having preferential rights to claim dividends during the lifetime of the company and to claim repayment of capital on wind up. In case of preference share, the percentage of dividend is fixed, that is the holder get the fixed dividend before the any dividend is paid to other cases of shareholders. Features of preference share. Preference shareholders get fixed rate of dividend. They get preferential position over equity share capital with respect to payment of dividends and repayment of capital at the liquidation of the company. They do not have voting rights. The issue of the preference share does not create any charges on the asset of the company. Preference share are an important source of long term finance. Merits of preference share capital. It is suitable for investors who want securities and safety of return on money invested, as preference share carry a fixed rate of dividend. Preference shareholders enjoy preferential right of repayment of capital in the event of liquidation of company. Preference share gets preference of dividend payment over equity shareholders. Issue of preference share does not dilute the control of equity shareholders over the management of the company, as they do not have voting rights. Preference share capital does not create any charge on the asset of the company, therefore, the asset may be used to raise long term loans. It is beneficial for the equity shareholders as higher dividend may be declared for them in times of higher profits. Demerits of preference share capital. It is not suitable for those investors who are ready to take risk and needs higher returns. The issue of preference share dilutes the control of equity shareholders over the assets of the company. The rate of dividend of preference shareholders is fixed, hence, in times of higher profits, they do not get any benefits. Preference shareholders do not have voting rights, hence, they do not have any say in the management of the company. Dividend on these shares is paid only when the company earn profit. Hence, there is no assured return for the investors. Types or classes of preference share. A. With references to dividend. A cumulative preference share. Cumulative preference shares are these preference shares the holders of which are entitled to receive arrears of dividend before any dividend is paid on equity share. Number two, non cumulative preference share. Non cumulative preference shares are those preference shares the holders of which do not have the right to receive arrear of dividend if no dividend is declared in any arrear due to any reason. Such shareholders get nothing, nor can they claim unpaid dividend in any subsequent years. Number B, with reference to participating preference shares. Such shares, in additions to the fixed preference dividend, carry a right to participate in the surplus profit, if any, after avoid providing dividend at the stipulated rate to equity shareholders. Non-participating preference shares. Such shares get only a fixed rate of dividend every year and do not have a right to participate in the surplus profit. Number C, with reference to convertibility. Convertibility preference shares are those preference shares which have the right option to be converted into equity shares. Non-convertible preference share are those preference shares which do not have the right options to be converted into equity shares. With reference to redemption. Redeemable preference share are those preference shares the amount on which can be redeemed by the company at the time specified of their repayment on earlier. Irredeemable preference share are those preference shares the amount of which cannot be refunded by the company unless the company is wound up Now, a company cannot issue irredeemable preference share debenture. It is documented issued by a company under its common seal, acknowledging the debt, and it's also contained the terms of repayment of debt and payment of interest at the specified rate. Features: debenture holders are the creators of the company, carrying a fixed rate of interest. Interest payable on the debentures is a charge against profit, and hence it is a tax deductible expenditure. Debenture holders do not enjoy any voting rights. Debenture is redeemable after a fixed period of time. Interest on debenture is payable even if there is a loss.